Hey guys, welcome back to Learning How to Pour Paint with Lori. We are having a blast. We're getting ready for another pour. I'm so glad you've stopped in. I hope you enjoy. That's about centered. Maybe. Let's push it up a little bit. Okay, so what do you think of that monstrosity? If you happen to watch my very first video, you saw, or not my very first video, but my first video of learning how to pour paint, you saw at the beginning of it the orange and brown and red monstrosity that I created there. Well, this is the board. Remember I said I did, when I do my 3D pours, I pour them down onto something so that I can then try and rescue it. But as you can see, it did not turn out. So I'm going to do something, and this is the other side. And I had just painted it. So I'm going to try something different. Not that everything I've been doing hasn't been different for me every day. That's part of the fun of it. But I made a wreath, and it needs a centerpiece because I'll show you at the end of the video. I'll show you the wreath when I finish this. So anyway, what I'm going to do, I have these letters. Hope. I'm not going to put these on. This is just the start of my crazy wild plan. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to trace the letters, and then I'm going to hot glue them. The shape of the letters, I'm going to hot glue them to the board, and then I'm going to pour paint over the board. And see, and then after pouring the paint, I'm going to, and it dries a bit, like after it's set for about an hour or so, I'm going to try and pull the letters up. I might have to let it set for a little longer than an hour, but however long. But then I'm going to try and pull the hot glue letters up and see if I can actually leave the word hope. That's actually perfect because I hope it works. So we'll see. And a lot of this I'm probably just going to fast forward through because I don't think you need to watch the whole thing. But I'm going to get started with tracing my letters. Or you know what? I might even just cut off and I'm going to go ahead and trace out my letters and hot glue them into place, and then I'll come back and we'll do the pour together. So I'll be back. Okay, so here we go again. I don't know if my camera is level. I can't see back there, and I can't get around to that side of the table to look for it, but it looks like my sign is kind of centered, and I know that my sign is leveled. So you can see that I went ahead and I glued the HOPE on there. Of course, I made the E just a little bit wonky because, well, the rest of the letters are a little bit wonky, so why wouldn't I? So this time I'm going to remember to put my WD-40 in. Okay, it does say shake can well, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to spray it actually into my cup. So, and then I'm going to do a dirty pour on this because I don't see how I could do a flip. I don't have anywhere where I can flip that doesn't have like a big... And then, of course, while I was waiting for my glue to dry, I was thinking, oh my gosh, it's that horrible, ugly brown and orange color underneath my glue. So if this works and I'm able to pull my glue out, it is going to have that horrible brown color underneath it. So I'm not quite sure yet what I will do about that. But for now, I'm going to put together a dirty pour for this little fella. Oh, and I put a little bit of that silicone into this color as well. I'm going to run my paints down the side today. Oh, and I saw someone doing this, and they were actually putting, I don't know, you probably can't see me when I'm way over there, can you? A little dab of white in between every color. So I'm going to try that. Putting a little dab of white. So I got this other light here, and I don't know how it's looking in there. I know I was looking at it earlier, and it was causing a flickering. So I hope it's not flickering like crazy. You might also notice that I have a different mat on my cookie sheet today. And that is because my other one is drying some beautiful, beautiful skins from that last pour that I did yesterday, the one I did yesterday that turned out so beautifully. I think I posted that video earlier today. Oh, don't forget your white in between your layers just because you're talking. Lori. And these are colors. The colors I'm using are just the colors that I've been using. So, you know, your paint can go a long, long way. I don't know. I don't know how much paint I need here. I think I've got way too much white, so I'm going to start just adding my colors without adding any of the white. Anyway, they're my Deco Art paint from the dollar store, which I love, love, love so far. I mean, I don't have anything to compare it to, so, you know, who am I to say? But I am really liking the way that it pours anyway. It's quite liquidy, so it doesn't require much of my pouring medium, which is still Elmer's glue and water mixed half and half. Anyway, I think that might be about enough. What do you think? This board is about 11 inches by about 5 inches. So, what's that, 55 square inches? Require 5 ounces. I wonder how big these cups are. Seem to have a lot of blue in there too, so let's pour out some of these. And I'm gonna actually, so anyway, about the mat, and my other one is drying with some beautiful skins on it. And so this is one of those oven, or it's one of those heat mats that you can put in your oven or your barbecue or whatever. And I had it for my soap making. So I thought, why not use it? I'm gonna pour some of this in the other side here. Do I have any of that left? Come on, baby. I'm just trying to use up all these paints that I have mixed as well, so I can try some new colors. And I'm just going to leave these in splotches. I'll try putting some of these other colors in here. Some of that pink in. Oh, that's the last of that. Okie dokie. Do I have a spot for this guy? Okay, so apparently this is what's known as a dirty pour. And I'm going to add a little more white. Just kind of over here where it doesn't have any, and a little more of this light blue. And I guess, since I still have some, a little more of this teal. And that is also done. So now I'm going to squeeze it a little. It's not going to squeeze too much without breaking, but I'm going to just pour it on there. So hopefully you can still see it. I'm going to start at one end, and I'm just going to start pouring, and then I'm going to swizzle a little back and forth, and I'm going to keep pouring. And I'm going to go from one end to the other. That was a big blotch of something that poured out. And then I'm going to come back, apparently, because I have a lot of paint here. I really do. I still have a lot of paint, and I haven't, I guess I can run to these edges. Because you want everything covered, right? And then I bet it'll make some fabulous skins. Well, let's take some of these whites all the way through it. So if you were watching my video yesterday, you know that I don't have a torch that's working. I don't have a working torch, which kind of, I don't know, I guess you need one. You're supposed to have one for popping bubbles and stuff, but I do not. Anyway, I'm trying to get everywhere a little bit covered without even having to tilt it. I'll still tilt it a bit or blow it anyway to move the paint around and give it more design, but I've got a few spots there that don't have paint in them. I'm going to try scooping up. Oh, well, maybe it's okay as long as I have it around the edges of my letter. It's really all that matters, right? Besides, I am going to tilt it a bit, so not much. Apparently not at all, really. Well, I do want to bring it this way a bit because I want it coming over the sides. I want to go over that side too. Has that covered most of my sides? I think it has. Alright, so that is poured. I've got some white here. I've got some glue that's still sticking up here a bit in some spots. I'm going to cover them with a bit of white. And then I'm still going to come in here with my bendy straw. Heaven forbid you don't have a bendy straw, right? And I can can I get a drop of pink in there? Oh, I did. Just one though. I should have these all together here where they can blend in. Okay, let's just leave you guys there. Okay, where is my bendy straw? Let's try blowing this a bit. Oh yeah, yesterday I just blew with just my breath, and my hot air, being so full of it, actually popped all the bubbles without having a torch. So I'm going to try that again. time I don't seem to be getting any cells, even though I added that WD-40. So, I mean, I thought I was getting some. I mean, I guess I'm getting a few here and there from where I popped bubbles. See, the problem I have with blowing without my straw is that I don't seem to be able to control where I blow. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a good blower. Is that a thing? Anyway, I'm not really sure what else to do with you. So I guess I'm just going to leave it to sit for a while. And maybe I'm going to tip it a little bit more. Go a little bit this way. Just kind of roll some of these colors a little bit together. Give them a little bit of pattern, I guess. Add some paint to these skins in the bottom. And actually, it might be kind of good if some of my letters are actually sticking out a bit. So maybe if my paint's not quite so heavy, I'll be able to see where my letters are. I didn't tape off the bottom this time because I think I'm going to sign this on the back and then I'll cover it with felt. I just dripped where I didn't want to drip. There. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna leave it. I don't know. I know I won't post this video until after it's completely done, so you can't really comment. But if you, I mean, you can comment. Please comment and let me know what you think of it. It's interesting anyway. The paint is still moving, so I'm not sure where it's going or what's going to happen with it. I mean, it's not dripping off because I'm level. It's just kind of moving amongst itself, and it's going to keep doing that apparently for a while. So I'm just going to let it, and we'll come back a little later and see what's going on with it. Cheers. Oh, I can't touch my camera with all this paint all over me. So, I'm not going to turn you off yet. Ugh, see that light? That's that light, that new light that I got, and it makes horrible, 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 horrible. Anyway, we'll bring you down on this to see if you can see it. And I will be back later tonight to try to peel those letters off, and we'll see how this looks. See you in a while. It's actually the end of the next day, and the painting still isn't dry enough for me to try to peel the letters off. But I wanted to get this video up there so you could have a chance to look at it. Let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for coming and watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye now.